Hi everyone, I'm going to be talking about the healthcare field in the United States, the costs that involve the healthcare here versus other countries. The rising healthcare costs in the United States makes us wonder if we are getting the monetary value back that we spend on a daily basis in the healthcare field to make improvements. Discussing the cost of the healthcare has always been very interesting to me because I come from a third world country, the Dominican Republic, so I have been able to see both sides of the story. I have been able to see two healthcare systems and make some comparisons. I will be discussing why the United States spends the most money but is lacking the most beneficial results from it. Three reasons for the United States spending the most money but lacking the most beneficial results are: the United States spend the most money on technology when compared to other countries. The price for healthcare is increasing more than ever, and also patients are more chronically ill in the United States versus other nations. The United States spends the most money on improving medical technology. According to the LA Times, the United States healthcare system has room for improvement if less money was spent on technology itself. According to David Squires, the president of the Commonwealth Fund, the USA spends more money, but we definitely have worse health outcomes. According to OECD, in 2015, the United States spent almost 3 times on healthcare as the average of other countries with comparable incomes. When compared with other nations such as Italy in 2015, which only spent about $5,000 on average per person. Moreover, according to the Commonwealth Fund, in addition to ranking last or close to last in access to healthcare, also ranked last on administrative efficiency, equity, and healthcare outcomes. The USA was found to spend the most money on healthcare. Also, according to the Commonwealth Fund, Americans had the highest per capita rates among other countries for MRIs, CT scans, and PET scans, among other countries where data were available. Moreover, the average price for bypass surgery, for instance, was $75,345 in the United States, which is more than $30,000 higher than in second highest country, which was Australia, where the procedure cost about $42,130. Second, the price and coverage for health goods and services compared to other countries is just higher. There is less available beds. According to the LA Times, the United States has one of the lowest numbers of hospital beds per capita, with 2.83 hospital beds for every 1,000 people, compared to, for instance, France and Germany, which have more than 6 beds. Moreover, the amount of beds available for a country is a strong indicator of the quality of care that country offers to its patients. According to the Newsweek, 44% of low-income Americans have trouble gaining access to coverage itself, compared with 26% of high-income Americans, versus the numbers of the patients in the UK, which is 7% for low-income population and 4% for the high-income population itself. Moreover, according to KFF organization, annual spending on healthcare increased from $75 billion in 1970 to $2 trillion in 2005, which is more than double. Also, according to the Commonwealth Fund, in 2013, the average USA resident spent $1,074 out-of-pocket cost for healthcare, for things like co-payments for doctor's office visits and prescription drugs, and health insurance deductibles, versus France, which the cost out of pocket was about $277 per person per year. Patients in the United States are more chronically ill than other nations. Life expectancy is shorter in the United States. Even though we spend the most on healthcare, life expectancy in the United States is shorter, on average 79.3, versus other countries which have a higher life expectancy, usually after 80s. There's a greater prevention in other nations. According to the LA Times, for every 100,000 people who die in the United States before age 75, 112 people die from complications or conditions that could have been avoided with timely, effective care, when compared to other countries again. In regards to chronic conditions, the prevalence of chronic diseases also appeared to be higher in the USA in 2004. The Commonwealth Fund found that 68% of USA adults over the age of 65 or older at least have 2 chronic diseases, versus the UK with only 33%, or Canada, which only has 66%. Likewise, more than 1/3 of adults in the USA were obese in 2012, a rate that was about 15% higher than the next highest country, which was New Zealand. And this is all per the Commonwealth Fund. And in conclusion, with Medicare, healthcare such as dental and vision are usually not covered, depending on the type of plan the person has, whether A, B, C, or D. The United States being one of the richest countries, one would expect the healthcare will be rich in coverage as well. However, due to increasing expenses of medical technology, lack of coverage for low-income population, more chronic diseases, higher obesity rates, higher prices for medical goods and services compared to other nations, the United States falls behind on ranking according to statistics. A new healthcare system has to be revised comparing to other nations to see where we lack in progress. Thank you for watching.